Well, good morning. I hope everybody's having a great week so far, and the sentiment is building on the news that we are starting to loosen lockdown restrictions, which, I mean, it's been a long time coming. I think that we are all craving to get back to being able to go out and see our friends and families. It's been a tough year, and I'm sure I speak for all of us when I say that I'm looking forward to getting back to socialising again. But in my last vlog, it was picked up that Mr. Porter wasn't seen, and so I thought I'd start this video with him. He's doing very, very well. You can see he's got his Stavros Flatley belly here. I'm going to get him a toy actually, keep him preoccupied whilst we chat. And yesterday and the day before actually, Lids and I went out for a walk with him. So he's been exploring. We had a really nice chilled weekend, which was great. Ready for the week. And I've actually got both the pets with me in the room, and I've got 2 boxes from Pets at Home to open, so we'll do that in a second. But I also received a lovely gift from my wife over the weekend. She sent me a little gift pack, I guess, from a place online called Simply Cigars. I don't know if any of you have heard of it.
Oh, sorry, I thought you were on the phone.
No. And so yeah, it's basically a package that come with a couple of cigars, a guillotine cigar cutter, a bottle of whiskey, a book, and also some coffee. So I'm going to try and grab them.
You show them the gifts I got you?
Yeah. So this right here is a Cohiba Atmosphere Top Premium Coffee. It's like an instant coffee, I think. Cohiba is a cigar brand, very nice actually. And so I look forward to trying this out. And then we got some Glenfarclas, and I probably haven't pronounced that correctly, but I believe that's how it's said, which is a Highland single malt Scotch, which I've not tried before. So yeah, it's 25 years old, and I read on the back that they have been making whiskey for 180 years, so they're very experienced in what they do. This is the bottle just here. I'll be enjoying a glass of this probably in the coming weeks. And then Around the World in 80 Cigars, which was this book here, which we'll see if I get around to reading that. We all know that I'm not the biggest of readers. I read for educational purposes only, basically. I prefer to watch or listen to things if I'm kind of doing it for fun. Cohibas, which are these short, these are probably like an hour long. So yeah, that was a lovely surprise coming into the weekend. I also actually, talking about lovely surprises, you also gave me your Gardener's World book, which this week is Planting for Pollinators. So Lid's obviously passed that on to me because I am going to need to put in some wildflower and some specific plants basically for the bees. We also got some sunflower seeds as well, and a meadow mix for pollinators. So this is good. One thing we do actually need to do is we just need to cross-reference the soil that we have here against what are going to be the best wildflowers to plant and which one's going to take well.
We need to order this week.
That is something that we need to get cracking, because we are, slowly but surely, approaching spring. I can definitely tell it in the air, it's getting warmer. I normally stand out Porter whilst he goes for the toilet wearing layers, and yesterday night it was about maybe 9:30, 10 PM, and I was out there in a vest, and that was it. I didn't get shivers or anything, so it's definitely getting warmer.
I mean, you do spend a lot of time naked though.
I do. Another big thing that's happened, you may have seen on Lydia's channel, the greenhouse is finally in, which means that my view out of the window is slowly but surely improving week by week. And it's going to just get better and better as the season unfolds. Good times. But today I want to try and film a reel for IGTV. I had my morning shower, conceptualised an idea. I don't know what it is about my morning showers. I just come up with these ideas during my shower. They just kind of pop into my head. So I'm going to have a go at filming that. It involves a couple of transitions. Shall we get busy opening this box of goodies for you? You got some sleepy dust. Do you want to open a little? More presents. More presents. You're literally surrounded by your animals. You can see Lumi in the back. I'm going to open up these thingies, babe.
What things? Oh, the Pets at Home things?
Boxes, yeah.
I always feel really bad for Lumi with these things, because obviously lots of people don't know that she's got pancreatitis.
Yeah.
Or pancreatitis. Someone keeps correcting me. I call it pancreatitis, but I think it's pancreatitis. I don't know, but they don't know. So all of these treats arrive for her.
And she can't have them. Luckily, she probably doesn't know any different.
Yeah.
Come in here.
Look how big you're getting! Is this Porter's one?
I don't know yet. We'll find out. Looks like a cat one.
Oh wow, Sharpie blanket.
Oh, lovely. Bedding for cats. Look at this.
I've got a lovely little Sharpie blanket. That's one that you can enjoy. Oh, she'll enjoy that.
Oh yeah, she loves sticking her
Yeah.
hands in holes.
She'll love that.
What's it called? Willow's Scratch, Play and Roll.
Oh, I mean, he'll love that as well, but
Yeah.
she'll love that.
That'd be great. Are you supposed to attach it onto this? Do you know what? I think she'll just like it on its own. Just on the floor.
Oh, and this one,
Oh,
no,
that
this
goes
goes onto
into
there.
there.
So this is it.
Yeah. We've got some of the Innocent Cat. We can take a read of those.
Oh yeah, because these might be all right.
And
Venison.
Wainwright's Salmon.
What is it? What's the amount of fat that she's allowed? No, it's just that down.
No.
Yours no, because his tail will stick up.
Oh, it's the Valentine's treats. She's not allowed anything more than like 10% or something. I can't remember. We'll have to Google.
Oh, okay. Crude oils and fats, 15.7%.
Yeah, I think it can't be more than 10 or something.
Yeah. Luxury cat treats made with 80% air-dried fresh venison. Oh, sorry, Mummy.
So
But at least
close,
you've got
but
some
so far.
toys.
Yeah, and a bed. Yeah. There's your box of goodies.
What's this?
Is this your one? You ready?
Oh, wow.
Look at that wiener for a sausage dog. It's bigger
him.
than you. Oh, look at that. You big wiener.
Pets don't pick their owners, but if they did, we know they'd pick you.
There you go.
To Lydia and Ali, in this box you'll find everything you need to spend the perfect day
An
with your
elephant.
pet as a thank you for all of their unconditional
Look at
love.
the squeaky in it.
Oh, sorry it's a bit late, Porty Poo. It's been in storage.
Oh, we got a sweater.
Do you know what? I've been wanting to try this.
What is
because
it?
this is quite similar to...
Oh, Lily's Kitchen, yeah.
But it's quite similar to Butternut Box in that
Yeah.
it's like cooked food, and this is their Sunday lunch.
Oh, amazing. You'll have that on Sunday then.
Yeah, we'll save that for Sunday.
Oh, you got a little puppy milk flavoured toy.
Oh,
Porter.
brilliant! This is actually brilliant because this is oatmeal and coconut. So this is a conditioner for his fur,
Porter.
and everyone always says that oatmeal and coconut is the best for their coats.
I can't believe he's got a big sausage. That is so funny.
Oatmeal and paw butter. Oatmeal paw butter.
So is that for
His
like...
paws.
Oh, for
He
his
gets-
paws?
Yeah.
Okay. What's
Oh.
this? Porter. Come here.
Fragrance free. Oh, this is brilliant.
He likes his elephant.
Oh.
Yeah, is that good? You get some treats. You getting your treats.
And he liked these.
Oh yeah, you got his... I thought so, this is funny.
But you could actually eat those,
Yeah,
babe. They smell so good.
I thought that was human food, and I thought Lydia had helped herself to some treats. Quite
Cupcakes.
clearly, they're dog cupcakes, but the packaging was removed, and I didn't really pay attention to the bones, and I nearly ate one. Labels off.
Oh.
Well, thank you very much to Pets at Home. We have a very happy sausage.
Dream big.
Missed it. You got a sausage with a sausage. Really need to pin my cables up on my desk. Drive me mad.
Yeah, those things come unstuck quite.
Yes, the heat, I think. I need to just actually nail them in with clips.
Oh gosh.
Too many toys, you don't know what to do with them all.
Yeah. He's got so many toys.
I think that's a really good one for his teeth.
Do you think? Because I've got other bones for him, but I wasn't sure if he... Because the one that he's got at the moment is for if they've not got their new teeth. If they've still got their milk teeth.
I think that's what this one is, milk teeth.
Right, got you.
It says puppy toys, playful puppy toys, milk flavoured, teething just for puppies.
Well, if he's enjoying it, he's enjoying it. He's definitely not teething anymore, I don't think, but... He obviously likes it.
Well, I appreciate that this section of the video may not be of interest to everybody, but even if you're not into creating videos or anything like that, perhaps you might find it quite interesting to see how I go about making reels and kind of like the process and some of the little tricks of the trade to create the kind of illusion of transitions basically. So I thought today I'd start off by showing you what I need for this video, and then I'm going to run through the actual video with you. So obviously, first things first, camera equipment is key. So I'm using a light to light me, the subject, from the front, which is my key light, and then I've got a side light just pushing up onto the ceiling just to give me a little bit of side and back light. And then this tripod over here is going to be used for this camera because I'm going to be vlogging the process. And then this is the camera that I'm going to be filming my reels on. As you can see, another Canon G7X. So nothing fancy, just a nice easy setup. Next up is props to help with creating the content. So fishing wire, sellotape, 2 hangers and some black marker tape. And then today we're going to be using a newspaper to help with the transition. Now this is going to be the opening outfit that I wear. We'll go into that in a second. And if I quickly take you outside, you'll see I've got on a hanger out in the hallway 2 more outfits where I have same pair of shoes and trousers, and then there's 2 different jackets and jumpers. The idea of this video is to showcase 3 looks, and I'm going to be doing this using 2 transitions. The reason why I've selected this outfit in particular is because I needed a big roll neck, because the first transition is going to be me walking into frame, walking into the wardrobe, I disappear and the clothes drop to the floor. To make the clothes drop, I need to put the jumper on a coat hanger as well as the trousers, use some fishing wire to tie them both together. I'm going to hold them above where I walk in, and I'm going to let go, and then I'll mask that section into the video separately. And the roll neck's really important because I need it to disguise the actual coat hanger itself. So when this has got the fishing wire on it, I'll have the actual roll neck covering so you can't see it. So nice little tip there, make sure you're working with products that help you with those transitions because it makes a big difference. Next up, newspaper. Something that I might find challenging is I might not have the width, but we're going to see how we get on. The idea of this is to have the newspaper held up in front of my face, and as I release or drop the newspaper, I'm going to change outfit and I'll mask the new outfit. How I'll do this is I'll repeat the process twice, so I'll do it in both outfits, and hopefully they'll be relatively in sync and I'll be able to essentially showcase the new jacket when I pull down the newspaper and get rid of the existing one. So they are the 2 transitions that we're going to be working with. I've shown you the 3 outfits. Let's get cracking because I've only got about an hour and a half to get this filmed. I've now just gone and grabbed a long piece of wood because rather than me hold up the items of clothing and drop them, I'm just going to balance them on the end of this bit of wood and pull the wood away, and then they'll fall. You'll see. Okay, so that's scene 1 complete. Okay, so that was possibly the most challenging part of this section. So I've now changed. I'm going to walk into frame. I'm going to pick up the items that are on the floor, chuck them out of frame, but I'm going to keep the newspaper because I need that for my next transition. Change your mind. How you move forward and still go against the tide. Yeah. Who did you make? Who made you strong? Yeah. Did you get help when towers were... So this is the second transition in the video, and I'm going to be using the newspaper to draw a line to create a transitional object. So the key thing when doing this is to ensure that your composition, your hands and the newspaper are as symmetrical in both clips as possible. It's a challenge, but we're going to give it a go. Tell me your story. How did you make your dreams come true? You're so thing, I'm going to mark the feet to make sure we go back to our original position.
You're so strong, I wanna be strong, I wanna be just like you.
And so we wrapped that video up. Unfortunately, my vlogging camera did die just before I did do so. However, I think you kind of got the gist as to what we were getting at. I finished off that video with a section of me basically taking the jacket off, throwing it at the camera lens to create a nice fade out. I hope that I kind of explained the process enough. I don't want to ramble on too much when I'm doing these. But essentially in that video we had two transitions. We had the clothes coming off as I hit the wardrobe, and then we had the newspaper as I faded down. I used a mask tool to create a different jacket that appeared underneath as it was revealed. So I'm going to quickly talk to you about the editing aspects and what that involves, but I hope that the in-camera work, which was primarily the most important part of this video, was clear enough as to what I was doing. If it wasn't, then feel free to ask me a question in the comment section and I'll do my best to explain. One thing to note when doing transition is, quite obviously, preparation is key. You'll see that I had a lot of things set out and organised, ready to go, because speed whilst you're doing these is really, really important, especially when you are in my position and you're relying on natural light to influence video clips. I actually found that when I was editing this, there was quite a drastic change in lighting because of the natural light that was coming through, which caused not only colour disparities, but it also caused lighting disparities, which meant it was really hard when masking and cutting clips to try to make it look as seamless as possible. There's a huge jump actually on one of the shots where the light was just too difficult to adjust. I'm sure that there are some very experienced lighting editors out there and colour correction experts that would find it really easy, but that's something that I'm not hugely experienced in, and there were harsher shadows and stronger highlights on one of the clips, and then the following clip was a lot softer and flatter. Even once I'd corrected the general exposure and the colour, there was still an obvious difference between the two clips because one of them had quite hard shadows and the other one didn't. And I tried to crush the blacks and draw the blacks out on the other clip to try to balance them as best as possible, but it definitely wasn't perfect. And so if you can control your light during filming any of these kind of shots, it does make everything a lot easier because it just creates a more seamless feel to the video. The reason why I use the Velexes in that room is because I can't have lights on the left-hand side of the room because the wardrobes are there, but also because there is a mirror that reflects anything that's going on. So I could probably try to play around and restrict my movement a lot by moving the camera around and taking the mirror out, but that isn't something I want to do. So I just accept that I can't have lights above because you can see the ceiling. I can't have them to the left side because you'd see them in the reflection. So it only really leaves me with an option to light from the side, which of course creates really nasty shadows on the wardrobes as I'm moving around. And they're bad enough as it is, so I just try to use as much natural light because natural light is so much stronger than artificial lighting that it does create a slightly softer shadow than that of a controlled lighting environment like I've tried before, and it doesn't quite work. So lighting is something to factor in for sure, but we won't get too into it. I'm going to quickly talk to you about the editing process of this video. And so now you've seen the in-camera and how I go about filming it, I now want to quickly go through editing it. I edit on a software called Final Cut Pro, and to do these effects you need to be familiar with splicing clips, which everybody is because that's basically just how you cut your videos, and masking. Masking can be found in the effects tab, and you go down, you can get I think 4 or 5 different masking effects are added into the folder, so we won't get too into it, but essentially you have a draw mask and a shape mask, the two that you're probably going to use the most. A draw mask, pretty self-explanatory. You draw on where you want your mask to be, and a shape mask is a mask that is basically an oval shape. You can basically expand it and change it to a square and pull it in and out, and you can draw a fade on it as well to create a nice softer mask. So what is masking? Well, in simple terms, imagine you have a picture, like the video clip should I say, that's sitting at the front, and you put a video clip behind it. That now creates a layer, and you can't see the video clip that's behind it because this clip is covering it. So I think I've explained this before on my channel, but I'll go over it again. If we were to cut a hole in the front layer, which is the front video clip, you would expose the clip that's behind it and you'd be able to see what was going on. So essentially what we do is we either draw around a subject or mask out a section, whether it be half the video, to showcase and reveal the video clip that's behind it. By using this effect, you're able to showcase multiple layers. It's going to give you the option to basically do things like duplicate yourself, because if I was to stand on the right hand side of this frame, the left hand side of that frame, stick the two clips together and then mask out the left side of this clip, might be your right, then you'll see that I've got me here and me there, and obviously the viewer sees it as one video, but they're actually two layers. So why we're talking about layering in this video is because I essentially cut half of the screen with masking to showcase the clothing dropping and left the right side of the frame clean by masking out a clean clip of my environment. That way you didn't see the wooden pole that was being pulled out as I dropped the clothing. So that was the first effect we did, and of course I married up me walking into the wardrobe. As I impacted the wardrobe, I spliced the clip and I stuck the clip of the clothes dropping next to it. So what you saw was me walking to the wardrobe, clothes drop, but then you also saw a stick getting pulled out. So I just masked out the stick basically. So that was the first transition. And then we did the same again on the outfit change using the newspaper, where I basically used the top half of the video. I've got a draw mask and I just faded the draw mask down as I moved the newspaper down and revealed myself. The most important part in that transition is to ensure that you create a very similar speed that you're drawing the newspaper down, and try to grab the newspaper or the object in the same sort of area. So as you are drawing down, your hands are pretty much married up. That way when you're masking and you're editing, it just makes your workflow a lot quicker. And that was basically it. You would have seen that a couple of the sections I sped up. It's called speed ramping. Again, there are lots of tutorials. If you were to Google masking, speed ramping and splicing clips, very, very simple stuff. That shouldn't take you too long to get the hang of, and it literally just opens up a world of options when it comes to being creative and creating videos. If you don't want to pay for Final Cut Pro, you can use a software on Macs called iMovie. I believe that's free and it comes with it. If you would rather edit on your phone, you can use apps such as Splice. I know it's really popular. So you might be able to get by with using different applications to create different effects. I do believe there are some apps out there that allow you to do masking. I'm not 100% sure if this is video, but there is an app called LD. There's also Cinemagraph Pro, which is nothing to do with what we're talking about, but it's a really cool way of making those photos come to life. So you take a photo and then you want the river to look like it's flowing. Cinemagraph Pro is an app that does that. I personally don't edit on my phone. I find it really difficult. I prefer to edit on a desktop and on Final Cut, but there are options out there if you don't want to invest. So I hope that kind of explained how I go about creating my Reels videos, a little BTS, and then a little bit of a chat on editing. I was going to jump onto desktop and actually physically show you what I was doing, but I think that that becomes a lot more of a tutorial based video, and I think that that needs to be dedicated. So I just wanted to coast over it because I know that not everybody is going to be interested in this kind of thing, but I do get a lot of requests and a lot of questions, so I thought, do you know what, I'm just going to cover it in a vlog, give it a little bit of time, and hopefully that anybody that has an interest in it gets to see. So yeah, that's that. But today I've been busy editing photos because I did actually also go out and film another couple of reels that were actually much better in my opinion, in terms of I feel like they're a lot more engaging than this particular video that I filmed. I was busy editing those up this morning and getting the pictures ready for that. Also been working on my blog posts, so I've got some blog posts ready for the next couple of weeks on aligordon.net. One of them includes alcohol, and we are all going to be celebrating very soon in the UK as we slowly loosen our lockdown restrictions, which I do feel like there's a bit more positivity in the air. I feel like people are a little bit happier because everybody's been a little bit upset recently, and understandably so. So I feel like sentiment has been lifted just a little bit, just on the news that we're going to be starting to lift lockdown restrictions, and yeah, something to look forward to, a light at the end of the tunnel. The rest of my afternoon is going to be spent catching up on Devils. I'm watching that downstairs in the basement on the cinema screen, which is really cool. I want to get through as many of those as possible. I have a Instagram post going out for Sky TV, who I'm collaborating with this evening. And I created quite a cool photo using a slow shutter on a camera, which is basically where you create a string of lights, like a trail almost. So if you want to go and check that out, head over to Ali Gordon on Instagram. And I think that's about it. This week, Lydia and I have got her nonna's funeral, and Lydia's getting the chance to do a reading, which is really lovely. Hopefully she stays strong through that. So probably going to be a little bit quiet on social media, and yeah, that's about where we're at. I've had a really good week so far getting in the gym. I trained chest, back and done cardio today. I've really increased my food intake as well. I'm getting 2 portions of fruit and 2 portions of veg a day at the moment, sometimes 3 portions. My goal is to try to get 6 portions of greens in my diet every day, which is going to be tough because I don't really eat that many times a day. A portion is a fist, so I'm assuming that I'll put 2 portions in one meal to make that happen. So I should be having 2 portions of veg per meal. So if I have 3 meals a day, for example, I actually tend to have 3 meals a day, and then I'll have snacks. So my fruit I'm actually eating in between breakfast and lunch, for example, and then I'll have nuts in between lunch and dinner. But yeah, I've been working on my diet, my sleep I've been working on as well, trying to get more hours in bed, and I feel a lot better for it. This is the current situation at lunch. I'm actually having to eat my lunch in the office at the moment because, as you know, the house is having a lot of renovation, and so we're having to stay out of the way. But I've gone for a turkey mince pasta bake, which has got some red onions in it. I cooked that last night. And I'm having it reheated today, the leftover. And then I've got a greens, I think it's like green beans, broccoli and mushy peas as well for lunch. So that is what today's lunch is looking like. Lumi is relaxing, as she always does on her chair. You sleeping, my angel? You're just my favourite. It's an absolutely beautiful day today. I wish I was out in the garden doing some stuff, but I'm not, so I can only just look out my window. It's going to be so nice when we get the grass down around these gravelled areas, but it's really starting to come together. I know that Lydia showed this last night in her vlog. The greenhouse is looking fantastic. We've obviously got the floor to go down, and then we need to sort out the kind of more landscapey stuff that goes around the edges, because obviously creating the greenhouse created quite a lot of mess, so going to be sorting that out. Probably can't see from here, but if you look into the woodland in the distance, the snowdrops are out as well, so that's a sure sign of spring, which I'm very excited for. My blood pressure is hopefully reducing. I've not had it checked, but I've not been getting the ticky ear, which is a sign of it. So that's a good thing. So thank you for sending messages to look out for myself and to rest up. I am making some lifestyle changes to make it more manageable. Something that I haven't actually referenced, I don't think, or if I did, it may have not been referenced on my channel, is that it does actually run in my family, high blood pressure. My mum, my dad, and one of my brothers has high blood pressure. So it could be hereditary, and it could be inflicted by stress, and we could just all basically get high blood pressure when we get stressed. But I am working on it, and it is manageable. And the conversation I had with my doctor regarding my blood pressure was fantastic. He gave me some brilliant advice, and so I have been taking his advice, and I'm feeling a lot better for it. I'm also putting on weight as well, which is great. I've absolutely been scoffing my face, which is fantastic. Probably not the best before summer, but it's needed, so I've been working on it. And so it's something I just wanted to really quickly touch on, because I know I didn't reference it in this video. I think I may have spoke about on my YouTube, but definitely on my Instagram, that I was getting I thought it was tinnitus or tinnitus, however you say it, in my ear, but it was just the pulsating, I think from having high blood pressure, that I could actually feel in my ear. When I found that out, I think I referenced it on Lydia's channel, or Lydia referenced it on her channel, and then of course everybody was like, what's going on with your blood pressure, mate? And so I thought I would just quickly address it to let you know that things are going well. I'm making those lifestyle changes to make it manageable, so good times. And also my blood pressure wasn't particularly high. It's not like a really high blood pressure, but it was getting to that point, so just kind of like getting rid of it as soon as possible and stay on top of it as soon as possible as well. So yeah, little update for you. But I hope you did enjoy this video, and everybody's having a great week, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Peace.
When I grow old, when I grow